Good morning, y'all. This video is upright, so it's a little different than my usual horizontal ones, but that is because I took a little video last night that I'm gonna plug into here and it's upright, so you know, I don't want to swap it up on y'all, so y'all just bear with me. But it is my third year here in Kentucky hunting with Whitetail Heaven. The past 2 years I have killed great deer. Last year Dad killed 145-inch 8-point with a kicker, so technically a 9-point mainframe 8. I killed 161-inch 11-point in full velvet. I named him Spanky. That's still my biggest deer. It's probably gonna take me a while to beat him. And the year before, in 2019, I killed 137-inch 8-point, which was my first deer in full velvet. All have been with a bow, and back here again to try it this year. And both of my deer the past 2 years were on September 8th, so that's pretty cool. But back here again, I got here on September 3rd, which was the day before opening day. Dad got here about a week before to do some scouting to try to figure out some spots for us to hunt. I would have came earlier, but I just got back from Alaska and I wanted to spend a couple days home before I left again, spend a couple days with my dog, just to be home for a little while, spend some time home. But back here again this year to try it again. And like I said, I got a story for y'all from last night when Dad killed a doe. And you know, you think, oh, it's just a doe, but it's a cool story. And like I said, I'll put a little clip in here from the whole thing and then kind of explain to y'all what happened in more detail instead of just this 1 minute clip that I took from Snapchat and posted on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. So if you're not already, you can follow my Instagram and TikTok. They're both HannahBear96. So, Daddy decided this afternoon that he wasn't gonna sit, you know, where they had originally thought. He went out here, found his own tree, ain't got a step or nothing in it, and he climbed all the way to a fork up there, shimmied it, bear hugged it, climbed up there, and killed a doe. And she run off in this big old bottom out here. I mean,
you have the river in the bottom of it.
It's steep.
And she went all the way down there.
Yeah, and I come in and track down this joker because I'm a, you know, daggum master. Track him down. He's already got his shirt off, filling it up with meat because we can't get her out of that bottom.
Yeah,
we had to pack her out.
This is her right
here. Well, he'd already had his off, so I had to strip mine and fill it up with deer meat, and now we are headed back.
Yeah, we back up here to the tree now.
Because that's how...
She didn't run that far. She just slid all the way down that mountain into the river.
So,
and there ain't no way you're going to drag her out.
So we packing her out.
Yeah.
All right, so as you can see, like I said, we're at Whitetail Heaven, which is a guided place, but we always like to kind of scout out a little bit and find stuff too, because that's just what we like doing. But last night was kind of a last minute thing. We both went to places that they had set up a while back, but nobody had set foot in there. I don't know when the last time they had been in, but there was no corn, nothing. I stayed in my spot, but when Dad got there, he decided he wanted to go somewhere else. So he left and he found a good trail and he found a good tree, and there was no steps, no limbs or nothing on this tree. He shimmied up it and sat, or actually stood, in a fork in the top of the tree all afternoon and killed a doe. He wanted something to eat. He said he's tired of going out to eat every night, and he wanted some backstrap to cook while in camp, and that's actually what we ate for supper last night, is backstrap. But yeah, anyways, he shoots this deer. He texted me and told me about it, and I'm sitting, I don't know how far, probably 1.5 miles or so away where they had dropped me off. Well, when it gets dark, instead of waiting for them to come pick me up, I get down from the stand and I walk the mile or so back, which I could be wrong about how far it was. It felt like it was a really long way, to where we dropped him off, and I set my stuff down and I tracked him down and found him in a river bottom cleaning this doe. And where this doe ran off, it was at the bottom of this huge hill in the creek bottom, and she was laying in the creek, and there was no way we could have drug her out of there. So he was already cleaning her and, you know, boning her out. He'd already called her in and everything, and he had his shirt off and had it stuffed full of deer meat, and he said, "Hannah, do you have an extra shirt?" And I said, you know, well, I got on a sports bra. So we filled my shirt up with deer meat, And then we packed it all out of there and walked all the way back to where we parked the truck. So it was about a 5-mile walk after all this. And he ended up, when we got back to where we had dropped all his stuff, because he dropped his stuff too when he was tracking the doe, and he shoved all the deer meat and stuff wrapped up in our shirts to keep it clean in his backpack. And we hiked it out of there. So really, we're just prepping for Hell's Canyon when we're getting to go with Christy Lee Cook, the most wanted list, to hunt elk. This is our prep. Wasn't as rugged as Alaska, but it was fun, and it's one of those stories that I'll never forget. He was so surprised when I found him too. He was down there cleaning, didn't know there was another person in the world, and I blew down the hill in there on him. He said, "How in the world did you find me?" I said, "Daddy, I'm just good like that." But definitely a good little daddy-daughter experience. But the lights I'm using are hybrid light, which y'all probably seen me with before. You can use my code Hannah20 for 20% off hybrid lights. And if any of us get something down, I'll keep y'all updated. I'll try to keep making videos while we're here and updating y'all on what's going on. But yeah, hope y'all have a great weekend and week. Appreciate y'all.